cannot be marshmallow in life. We have to be strong and always look out for ourselves. This is what Professor Abby Caparas advised to every woman. Wow, what a story hearing you speaking at the event.
It's really my passion. So it's like an advocacy, a passion, and a research at the same time.
So who really inspired you when you were a kid?
I think both my parents, because they really give time to their children, and it's really like, before I say, I like to work for the government because you have family time. Yeah, and then there's something that my mother said to my cousin who just came back from I think I was 8 years old. I heard my mother like saying, "Oh, what is your work time?" And my cousin said she also works Sunday. So my mother had this like, she asked that question, "Do you want to own a bank?" I mean, so much effort. Do you really want to buy that bank? So I thought that's a good influence in me. Sabi ko, is it really worth it to work on a Sunday? Yeah.
Wow. So you mentioned that you used to help the house chores.
Yes.
Did you ever hate your parents?
No, not
asking
at all.
you to do that?
Not at all, because at the same time, I could combine studying for my CPA board exam and the wood. I still have to buy the wood from the neighbor. Then you have to cut the wood pa, and then because we lived in the province, so it was like a tranquil life. It's something that I didn't find. I experienced in the Manila. I don't have that, but in the province, what a peaceful life. Even if we're poor, like we also sold in the market, but we're together. So it's a life that I thought I would like many of my students would have, but because they have many things in life, but I see in their eyes that they're not really happy.
So what was your best learning from your parents?
It's really love the family. Do everything that you can for the family, but it's quality time and quantity time. I always tell people, like, you know, when you die, do you think your office mates will go every November 1 to bring flowers to your grave? I don't think so. But why do you spend so much time? I know you have to work, but why so much?
So during school time when you were a kid, are you an A student?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Because we're poor, and I thought the only way to really help the family afterwards is to have good grades, to have better work.
So why you decided to be a professor?
When I went to Yessi Business School, I mentioned earlier that is like the #1 in the world in terms of executive education. Even if it's #1, you can see the high quality of people. There's so much into ethics, values. And being an accountant going there, I realized accounting is only 1/3 of the business. The other 1/3 is psychology, ethics. So I thought, how can I make this known to many people? So I decided to be a teacher.
So it seems that you're so inspired with the youth.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because they will form their own families in the future. Yeah. If I have 20 students, they will form 20 families. Probably they will have 50 children altogether. So if I form them well, it will influence their families in the future and the society in general. So it's like, I believe in the multiplier effect of being in education.
You're working so deep in the school.
Yes.
So it seems that you're giving your life.
Yes.
Why?
For me, it's a choice that if I form my own family, then I cannot do much. So it's a choice I made that I give up human love because, of course, for God, at the same time, I can influence more. I can do much more.
Wow.
So with the number of women I mentor right now, I coach, I really thought I can influence many people.
What is the essence of being a woman to you?
I think to be a woman is to live up to your dignity as a woman. God has created you to be a companion. For me, to be a woman is really to take care of the home, to take care of the family. For a woman, it's like it's in our nature to give, not to give time.
You seem very positive.
You have to, because, you know, being so negative can also be stressful. It can burn you out. So I think it's very important to always see the rainbow. I mean, there's always a rainbow after a storm. You know, there's always something. God has a reason for everything. He might not give it to you directly, but He is allowing you. And the thing is, we cannot be marshmallows, right?
Yeah. Wow.
We cannot be liked by everyone either. We just have to live life so that in the end, no, in the end, we can really be happy with how we lived it.
You never been married.
Yes.
How you able to conquer that route by inspiring these women?
Very good question. I always say, do you think you will prefer to go to a doctor who had had cancer, believing that a person who had had cancer would have helped you better? No. You can just go to any doctor who is specialized, who have treated people with so many people with cancer. I think the same thing. I don't really have to experience it personally, but I have so much knowledge about it because I have listened to many people. I have read many books. I know, like in a sense, I can say I'm an expert in it, but I don't say this is the right solution. I propose possible solutions that have worked with many people. It's your choice.
Wow. So, meeting so many women.
Yes.
What's the biggest challenge you experienced so far?
The biggest challenge is when a woman is at a certain point in time somehow lost and giving so much priority to the career.
Yeah. So what's your best advice to not only Pinays but women?
I would always recommend that you go back to your initial decision. If you have gotten married to a man, go back always to that decision to love the man. If you have given that decision to have children, then always go back to that decision. Why did you ever have children in the first place? So that you go back to give your care and attention for the things that you have decided for in life.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah? So what's your best advice then to women, married or not married, to keep
I think it's
your
always
men happy?
I think that they really have to give attention to the work, but at the same time to the home, to the family, to the children. But I think, as my friends would always say, Avik, you have to say the husband before the children. And I think I totally agree with that. You have to give time to your husband first and to the children next.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Thank you very much.
Welcome. It's my pleasure.
Every success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made.